everyone, it's Carol, and I heard a radio call that there was going to be a Zeus Tiger Party. And what that is everybody encouraging Zeus to come in and get his eye drops.
Good boy, you did awesome. Yeah. And it's your party. It's your favorite time of the day. Yeah.
That sounded like a thank you if I ever heard one.
He did awesome.
I missed it. I heard the radio call and I was like, oh, I gotta go film that.
Yeah, there's more people here too.
Pardon?
There's more people coming for the Zeus party. Yeah, I saw the girls when we started the party early. Thank you for coming. We kind of started the party early.
Zeus party. You're so good.
I love them because they're good for him and the volunteers.
Yes.
We love you.
Oh, Edith, he's following you.
We love your party.
Oh, boy.
We love you. Hi, Gigi, Wiggy. He's like, love you with some more food.
Hi, dear.
That'd be great. No, it's actually the door on the outside, yeah. Thank you. You're so good, baby. You did awesome. Yes, you did. Yeah, we like some more.
I saw that Josie was out earlier, so let's go see if she's still out.
I'm sorry you didn't get to party with him.
I think the parties are going to be easy now.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, he started walking through.
Josie lives across the street from Zeus here, and she does not seem too bothered by living across from him or next to Kali. Hey, Kali! How come you don't get a party, huh? You don't need any medications, that's why. Zeus has to get eye drops 3 times a day, and so that's why they have to coax him out there with food and clapping. He really loves a crowd. She was laying up on her hill here earlier. I apologize for this being so bumpy. My stabilizer is still in the shop. Where's that good girl? Where's that good Josie Cougar? Is she in there? Hi. Hello, sweetheart. Can you guys see her in there? Yeah, too dark. Too dark. Well, maybe we can go back and see Kali. This tunnel here is how our cats go on vacation, and it goes all the way over into the middle of the new area where the new tigers are going to live. So this part of the tunnel will work fine for that. That part of the tunnel we're going to have to fix. It's too short. Here comes a tour. Looks like the children's tour. Yeah, look, there's little peoples. See the peoples? I didn't want to be standing right in their way. Oh, and now we're looking right in the sun. Elizabeth, everybody settled in pretty well except for Smalls, and we had to take out some bad teeth, and so she's not wanting to eat now. So Dr. Justin and Jamie are coming by a little bit later on today And what they'll do is run her food through a blender, which I think they did last night, and she'll lick it off of her fur. So they'll try to shoot it in her mouth. If you guys have seen how we do the rehab bobcats when they don't want to eat, like with Thor, it took us forever to get Thor eating again, and they would try to shoot it in his mouth, but it would get all over his fur, and the cats just can't stand being dirty, so they will lick the food off of their fur, and that gets their appetite stimulated again so that they go back to eating. Joseph took a long time to go on vacation. He's on vacation right now. You can watch him over at explore.org/bigcatrescue. But we had to hog ring the tunnel together, and it took him the better part of the day, I think, to walk over there on his own. Elsie, I think, Smalls is going to be just fine. It's just, after you've had a bad tooth removed, it's kind of painful. She's got pain medications, and sometimes those can make her nauseous too. So it just takes a few days sometimes to get them back to eating. The cats are really liking this cooler weather. So are the volunteers. They were just saying it's going to be a whole lot easier to get Zeus to get up 3 times a day and take his medications if it's nice and cool and it's not so terribly hot. Poor old cat. That's Zeus slowly going back to his enclosure, or his den. I don't know if you guys can see the... Step away from the wire here. I don't know if you can see the den behind that den next to him. And Keisha's just barely got her head sticking out of it. He is a very sweet, relaxed tiger. Hey, Michael Heap. Jamie, we brought in 6 cats, 2 cougars and 4 bobcats. And the 2 cougars are eating very well, and Nabisco and Dryden and Kelowna are eating well. And then Smalls is not, but she had a bad tooth, 2 bad teeth that were removed. So she's not quite back to eating yet. You gonna lay in that grass? Is that gonna be fun? It will be so fun to lay in that grass. I'm working on some 360 videos right now, and I've got to prepare for a presentation that I'm going to be doing about Zoo College. If you guys have ever been interested in how our keepers are trained, all of our keeper training is at zoocollege.com, and it costs $9 a month to take the course, but I've heard people actually graduating the whole course in the first month. So you can shut off your billing after the first month if you like, or you could leave it on, because that's the best way to donate to Big Cat Rescue, is through, I don't know why this is not giving me a very good picture. Yeah, we're losing our tiger. The best way to donate to the sanctuary is on a monthly subscription like that, because that way we really know how much we can count on coming in each month. And $9 a month, I mean, for goodness sakes, if you went out and had a Starbucks coffee twice a month, that's about what it would run. Although I know a lot of you are opposed to Starbucks, but if you go to any fancy coffee shop, got 2 cups of coffee, or you could subscribe to Zoo College for $9 a month and see what all of our amazing keepers go through. I see you hiding back there. And Keisha's like, I'm watching you. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna sneak up on you. Hello, sneaky tiger. So wonderful to see the bond that our keepers have with these cats. And they can have that bond without ever touching the cat. We never touch the cats here because that would be rude. 1, no cat in the wild would ever let you touch them. And 2, it's dangerous. You could lose an arm or your life. And 3, if our keepers or me or anybody is touching these cats, then it makes other people want to touch them, and that's what drives all of the abuse and people breeding them for life in prison, and we just don't believe they belong in cages. Christine, we have somewhere on our site free ringtones for the cats. I'm not sure, but if you go to bigcatrescue.org/ringtone or ringtones, you might be able to find it, or maybe search in the search box. I haven't updated that page in probably 10 years, but we created some free ringtones from the cat sounds, and they've been available as free downloads forever. We try to have a contest on these live feeds, and the contest winner has to be somebody who hasn't won in the last year, in the last 30 days, and you have to be the first person, according to the timestamp, to post the correct answer in the comments here below. So the question I'm going to ask is, you have to get both names, and you have to spell both names right. And what I want to know in the comments, first person to answer it will get anything up to $25 value at bigcatrescue.biz. And the question is, when we did the rescue of the 6 cats from South Dakota this past week or so, we were confused on 2 of the cats' names. List those 2 names that we had backwards. Kara, we don't even have a Nico and Nani. Jamie Schultz got it right, Nabisco and Smalls. So it looks like Jamie Schultz is our winner. I'll go back and check any other timestamps for that same answer that was 12:50 or before, and make sure, because sometimes the answers I see here on my phone are not actually the same as what I see when I go to a computer. So Jamie Schultz, go to bigcatrescue.biz, pick out any item in there up to $25, and I will be contacting you through Facebook to get your mailing address so that we can send it to you. And if it's like a shirt or something, you need to pick out the color you like and the size that you need, and then copy that URL in your browser bar so that I can send you exactly the right thing. And sorry, I just got a text from, hope I don't lose you. Okay, I hope you're still there. Hey Vanessa Lynn. Angie just asked if I would go open up Joseph's cage for cleaning, which I did yesterday, but maybe they locked it back up again. So we will ride back out there if you guys want to ride with me. And again, I really apologize for how bumpy this is going to be. Without my stabilizer, I want my stabilizer back so bad. Well, Lynn Donahue, we certainly miss having you as a volunteer. Lynette is the live feedback. I had to check a text that came in, and texts are how they usually communicate with me here at the sanctuary. I carry a radio, just like everybody here, but I can't understand what they're saying half the time, so I must be getting deaf. So what they do is, if it's anything important that involves me, they'll text me. Joseph is loving vacation. I was just about to hit send. Maybe I did hit send, I don't know. I got called out for the Zeus Party, but Susan Messna did a great video of him really enjoying vacation. So if you go to bigcatrescue.org/updates, every day I try to post updates about the cats, and there's going to be a video in there of him really having a great time out on vacation, just lazing around like a lion should. Hello, Miss Duchess. Who's a good tiger? Amanda! Hey, Amanda! Oh, and there's Arthur and Andre.
Thanks for the update, guys. I'm ready.
I love it when our volunteers do that. When they say they're leaving property, which they have to do, they have to radio and let us know that they're leaving property, and they have to radio when they come on property. But when they leave, usually Honey, sometimes other people, if Honey's not here, will thank them for coming in for the day. And I just think that's so lovely that they do that. We have the best volunteers ever. Gosh, I love these people. Ooh. Opening the door. Well, this part's going to be boring. You guys don't want to see me unlocking latches, and there's no cats back here. So, thank you so much for joining us. I always give you a nice view here when you're leaving. This pipe in the ground is a pump that you can hear out there. And what that does is it keeps the water in the pond over in the vacation area full all the time. So sometimes when we don't have a lot of rain, it gets very dry and it starts to dry up, and then it's just a mud hole. So it takes water out of this lake and puts it over there. Sometimes when it rains too much, it gets too flooded over there, and so we pump water from the little pond in the vacation rotation out here to the 18-acre lake. Mary, we love our volunteers. You are certainly welcome to join us. If you go to bigcatrescue.org, I think it's /get-involved. It'll be the top link up at any page of the site. If you go to bigcatrescue.org and then click the button About Us or Get Involved, you'll find ways that you can get involved as a volunteer or an intern who actually lives on property, or as an advocate where you can help us from wherever you live. So I want to thank everybody. I want to thank everybody for joining us today. I really appreciate that you join us for all of these live feeds, and that you share us and like us and share all of our alerts when we're asking you to please end the private trade in these animals by going to bigcatact.com. bigcatact.com. Please go there, send an email, make a call. You know, I was thinking about this morning. Some people are afraid to call their lawmakers. They're nervous about calling their legislators, and it's like, you're going to talk to a 20-year-old kid. You're not going to talk to the lawmaker. They never answer their own phone. But even though that's scary, it's not nearly as scary as what these cats are going through in these horrible conditions, where they're being used as pay-to-play props and then being relegated to tiny cages, and they just don't belong in captivity. So please go to bigcatact.com. Be brave for the cats, and speak up for them. Roar out for them. Thank you. Bye-bye.